Deadheads, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and I'm on a mission to spread peace, love, and positivity through music. Today, I'll be reacting to and lyrically analyzing the song Days Between by the Grateful Dead. And I'm told that the lyrics in this track are particularly poetic, which I probably didn't even need to know that. I already have experienced so much of the Grateful Dead's discography, and they thrive in poetic ambiguity, so I expect more of that today, potentially dialed up even more of a notch. And for me, it's actually really fun to do these lyrical analyses because nowadays, with more of my prefrontal cortex developed, I like to challenge myself and learn more about the art that's put in front of me. If you were to ask Sohum of high school age, hey, do you want to read this poem? Hell no. I barely even cared about lyrics all the way back then. Even if I enjoyed some of the lyrics subconsciously for the songs I would listen to, it wasn't a main focus of mine. And if you're telling me to like analyze a poem of whatever 18th century, 19th century material, I didn't really find that stuff all that interesting. If you asked me now to like look back and read some of those poems and try to come away with understanding, I would probably say yes now, but I don't know. High school is a whole different era. Anyways, let's not get bogged down in all of that. Shout out to Bogdan in Breaking Bad. Before we jump into this, a massive thank you goes to Jeffrey the Lyrical. That is a crazy random generation. Oh my god. For the donation request and selection today. Thank you very much, my friend. Now we jump in.
There were days, and there were days between. Summer flies.
Wow, even just a small note here, but it grows, right? First there were days, then the and shows up, then the and between show up. It's just these little incremental moves.
And August times,
You can define? Wow.
and the world grows dark and mean. Comes the shimmer of the moon.
August dying, and now we're into fall, into winter.
On black infested trees.
Oh, Jesus. Black infested
The
trees.
singing man is at his song. The holy on their knees. The reckless are out reckless. The timid plead their pleas.
You know, I like the idea of like the winter being more bleak and sadder. I mean, there is like seasonal affective depression? Like basically you're just less you have less vitamin D3, and therefore like your dopamine is low. You're just more sad in general. Well, I don't like the fact that it is that way, but it is interesting that it is that way, I should say. But interestingly, the idea that like there's more wrecking happening, let's say like if we're referencing crime with wrecking, crime is a lot more frequent during the summer. There are plenty of, intuitive reasons why you can assume that there would be more crime during the summer. So it's interesting for the framing here to be there's a lot of recklessness now come these winter months. Sort of the opposite of what I expect at this point. The summer is when people get a little bit angrier.
And no one knows knows much more of this than anyone can see. One can see.
Wow, this is really soothing now for my brain. I love the feel. It's rather sparse though with this instrumentation, which actually is nice.
When phantom ships with phantom sails set to sea on phantom tide.
Wow, none of it is real. It's all ghostly.
Comes the lightning of the sun.
Oh wow.
On bright unfocused eyes.
I'm just trying to piece together, because this is very poetic. There's not a lot of literal description happening, so I'm kind of having to read between the lines, find that subtext. It's curious. There were days and there were days and there were days besides, and before it was, and there were days between, right? So we have the kind of variation in structure here. Well, it's repetition in structure, but variation in the final word that gets appended. So before it was between, and now days besides. I wonder why that change is there. Besides. So nearby, like adjacent. I'm not sure. Maybe it has to do just literally with the chronology of the seasons again. But when we had between here, it's talking about the time between seemingly here, the summer flying and the August dying. And then leading into that winter. But besides, maybe it's just next to that period of the year. I'm not sure. Let's keep it going.
Unfocused eyes. The blue of yet another day.
Did you catch too the guitar note a little bit bended out of tune momentarily?
The blue of yet another day. A springtime wet with sighs.
Wet with sighs, interesting. Right, yeah, because now it's adjacent, so we're moving forward. Okay, it's clear now.
In the land of lullaby.
The songs of your dreams, lullabies.
Horseman vanish with wild and lonely cries. Lonely cries.
It's so interesting. I literally just did a reaction, the Four Horsemen by Aphrodite's Child. So now we're getting the imagery again of the headless horseman, indicative of the impending apocalypse, right? We have conquest, war, famine, and death. But now they're vanishing. Now the bleak end, it's no longer. We're able to rewrite our story with the passing seasons and start anew.
Lonely cries, lonely cries.
It's a very pretty song. Oh, you hear it getting a little louder now. Between, besides, and now I know.
When all we ever wanted.
beautiful notes in the guitar.
Was to learn and love and grow. Once we grew into our shoes,
It's very hopeful. Building a better
we
life.
told them where to go. Walked halfway around the world
Oh wow.
on the promise of the globe.
Oh.
Stood upon a mountain top.
I think like the operative question is, who is them? And the second one would be, what is this glow? Does it refer to the glow of the summer season? Does it refer to the treasures that await if you go out and seek them? We told them where to go. We're giving guidance despite us having walked halfway around the world, which is not the complete world, but also is a large portion of it. So we do have advice to give with the promise of some reward at the end of it all. And for a promise to, remain a promise, it has to be like strung together with some element of faith, right? Otherwise, why would you believe the promise? You have to trust
Stood
it.
upon a mountain top. Walked barefoot through the snow.
That's a typo. It's through, right?
Gave the best we had to give. How much we'll never know. Never know.
I like this song. I love the movement in this story because it's everybody's story, really. Doing the best that we can without knowing whether that was enough or we needed to do more. We'll just never know.
There were days, and there were days, there were days between. Polished like a golden bowl. The finest ever seen.
There were days between, besides, I know, between. It's all about what these days of your life, despite the variation across those days, what they represent individually, and then when strung together, understanding that whole sequence, understanding the seasons of life rather than just literally nature and the way it impacts the world around us. Visually, we can see that, but it has a physiological impact on us, a psychological impact on us, and the metaphor can be applied to our own lives. And I heard this interesting characterization of the way that we can view our own lives, and it's through the idea of seasons. We have seasons of our life. One season may be where we focus on our social relationships. Another season is where we focus academically, another spiritually. We can go through these moments in time putting more eggs in a certain basket to level ourselves up, so to speak. And everything else is sort of at a baseline, and then you may put more effort in the gym. Like, last month, for example, I was trying to put way more effort into the gym, and these days I'm taking a step back to find more balance with my channel and with my personal life and my mental health. And these seasons, man, up and down, and understanding that everything is cyclical, and if you engage with it in a healthy way, you won't be consumed and trapped in a certain season. That can be very, I think, freeing, because like this suck, it is a temporary suck. There's potentially greener pastures on the horizon.
The finest ever seen. Hearts of summer held in trust, still tender, young and green.
still tender, so they've remained that way.
Left on shelves collecting dust, not knowing what they mean. Valentines are flesh and blood,
So was it Valentine's February?
soft as velveteen. Hoping love would not forsake. The days that lie between, lie between.
Interesting. Even the back and forth, it's almost like analogous to the seasons, oscillating up and down, bouncing from left to right. Wow. So cool. I mean, it's all about the meaning here and the slow moving song that supplements it almost. It feels like an afterthought to how deep these lyrics can, well, that they got. But really, musically, I enjoyed how relaxing everything was. Again, Jerry just always being the soulful singer that he is, putting care into every single note that he plays. And all in all, it's a very bare bones track, very sparse, very quiet. The moments where things get a little bit more intense, it's almost as if you turned up your TV from like 30 out of 100 to like 35, enough that it's noticeable, but not enough to like break, cause your neighbors to like call 911 or whatever. Oh my God, let me tell you this story and then we'll jump back into the meaning of the song. My girlfriend, she used to live at an apartment place, and the neighbor below her, living right below, I don't know what her issue was. Maybe she had sundownings or something like that, but she would constantly, like if I was ever over there, take her broom or whatever it was, like literally, I'm not even lying about this like scenario, and she's like constantly bashing the ceiling, because apparently upstairs too much noise is being made. She would do this whether or not we were there. If my girlfriend wasn't there, she would still be doing it because there's recordings even from the neighbors also complaining. She would do this at all hours of the day, pinning it all on the person above. We could be laying in bed, it's like 4 a.m, dead asleep, and all of a sudden we're woken up by the loud broomstick hitting the ceiling. She was that quick to anger and then blaming us right above, rather than, let's say, looking at the family who lives right next door to you who have kids that could be loud. Like, there's a million other plausible explanations for why these sounds are the way that they are, or you're hearing what you are. But in reality, uh, I would put the lion's share of the blame on her and her sensitivities. But regardless of that, oh gosh, why did I go down this story? Let me pause quick and then recollect my thoughts. Oh, because of the the volume thing that I brought up, the 30 and 35 decibels. It's very strange that she took it as such an offense. We could have literally been at 2 out of 100 volume level, and it would have shaken her. So in the end, like, there was a confrontation that happened, and then she was freaking out, and there was a dangerous situation, and then we had to leave and move my girlfriend out. And anyways, it's best not to end up in tumultuous circumstances. Not that it was our fault per se, but yeah, sometimes you don't know what people are going through, and they may be going through their own seasons as well. And if it is, let's say, sundownings, you can almost make the argument that it's not even in that person's control. But regardless, if we are of sound mind and can make decisions for ourselves, then we can also, let's say, tie it back into the song and think of the different seasons of our life. And if things are going badly for whatever reason in a certain domain temporarily, know that it is temporary. Even though when you are in that place, it feels awful, it feels unending and potentially hopeless. In that situation, she had been living there, my girlfriend, she had been living there for, how long was it? Like a long time, many, many months, and constantly dealing with this. And it came to a head a few times. The police were called, and it just became problematic. And getting out of that season and going to a season of more peace where you can comfortably exist in your home without your neighbors being aggressive in this way. Yeah, weather the storm, try to find a brighter end, and plan out what that path looks like if you are currently in a problematic place in your life. Again, it could exist in all of the different verticals of life, but yeah, a bit of a random story to end this one out. I didn't actually intend for it to go this way. Yeah, at a very high level, man, life is such a journey. Up and down we go. Seasons are dark, they're light. Take it all in stride and keep pushing to be better. We can raise our floor, our tolerance to the bad things that happen ought to increase as a result of this. And I think becoming even more psychologically flexible in this way can save us a lot more heartache. It's not that you won't have heartache in one way or the other, but we can mitigate some of the heartache nonetheless. But let me know what you thought about this song, about the story, about my interpretations, really anything and everything. Would greatly appreciate you at least leaving a comment for the algorithm, all that good stuff. But enough of me. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.